We are live.
So good afternoon, everybody. It's lovely to see all of you here. Taking advantage of the last beautiful day in the, well, maybe in September, October. I'm not so sure what the weather's going to be like. So we will, maybe, if it's still warm enough, be back. Otherwise, we will be coming to you via StreamYard. So we will let you know close to the date what our plans are. So for those of you who are new to the Spiritual Networking YYC, we are a group that loves to meet and discuss our different uh, spiritual beliefs, our practice, what inspires us, what makes our hearts sing, what brings us joy. And I know that for many of us, what we are doing is what brings us joy. So, I also feel that we are very blessed because of that, and that we are also probably, well, maybe not probably, because I know that others in some of their professions love what they're doing. But I know that for everybody who is in the healing profession, we all love what we're doing. Otherwise, we would not be doing it. So today we are going to have everybody come up because it's a small group. I don't feel we need to go and split it into two groups. Everybody, if they could come up and do a one-liner again, and if you have a few things to say, just let your sentence go on and on. So putting ands as well, whatever you need to connect your thoughts, but we would like one sentence. So example for myself, good afternoon. I am Becky Nakamura and I am the owner, operator of Waves Key Energy Work that and provide Reiki, shamanic Reiki, crystal singing bowls, helping people to release that which no longer serves them, getting in touch with their inner being, with who they really are, and renewing their spirit. Last time I went much longer, but then I think I did a better job of fitting those other words in. Today I'm not doing it.
So all together, we're going to say, thank you, Becky. Thank you, Becky.
My pleasure. So if you would like to come up to the mic and introduce yourself.
Okay, while you're walking over here, I'll say I am Tina Thrussell, woman who dances with light, co-founder of Best You Can Be and messenger of the Shin Dao, the way of the heart. What I do is return people to the place of living from their heart so they experience more joy, more kindness, compassion, and love in their lives.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Samir, for picking up on that.
So my name is Adele Bernard, and I'm the owner
Louder.
and founder of Action Balance Clearings. And this week, I think it's about going back to finding the cracks in your foundation so we can fill in the cracks so you can build a better foundation for your life, for your company, and overall health in general. Thank you.
Thank you, Adele. We go from tall to very short. Hi. Closer. Hello. Whoa,
Better.
that's really loud. That's great. Awesome. Great. So hi, I'm Mary Jo, and my business is called Find Your Mojo. And what I do is whether you're seeking something new or different in your personal life, your professional life, whatever it is you might be seeking in your life, I help people create it from the inside out. And I do that through facilitated learning, coaching, and healing work. In particular, Reiki is my craft. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Blainberg McCrae, and my company is called Explore EFT, and I love everything energy. That's why I love being with y'all, because EFT woke me up to the fact that there is other ways to heal oneself. So I just like hanging out with you guys.
Thank you, Cindy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Salondra. I am an empathic energy healer. I help people move through pain to greatness so they can experience freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Samandra. Beautiful, concise sentence. Yes.
Hi, I'm Elsa Hochwater. It's the first time here for me. I work with my daughter. We have a daycare center, and I'm being loved by small children every single day. I'm blessed. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Elsa. Yep. Real close, friend.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I own Pineo Massage Therapy. I have my own private practice doing massage therapy combined with energy work to help people reconnect to the body, mind, soul, and any trauma that needs to be released from the body.
Thank you, Brooke.
Hi, I'm Patty Bellingham. I work with a wellness company called Melaleuca, and I help people get safer products into their home that are green and natural, and also help you with your health with more natural products that could help with like heart disease, high cholesterol, and those people who don't want to use drugs.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Patty. And Patty, that's getting better every time. Yeah.
I don't want to be the last, but I am the last.
Hello, I'm Samir from Divine Light Center, and I offer spiritual guidance for awakening souls. And I give clairvoyant readings to help you remember more of who you are and take your next steps on your path's fulfillment, on your path of fulfillment. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sheska Suki, and I am standing here, don't know what to say, because everybody said everything I wanted to say. But who I am is the possibility of creating magic and transformation. And I go through life as a child, learning everything that I need to learn so that I can share with everyone. So my business is called Well-Being.
Well-being energy, isn't that it?
No, energy well-being. Gee, I forgot. So energy well-being is actually your spirit. So not just your body, but your energy. So energy well-being is my business, and your well-being is my business. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheska.
I didn't know you're taping.
Oh, sorry. I should have said that because we, okay.
Because we asked everyone to pre-register in case it rained, we were going to do a live broadcast. And we did have someone who is not able to actually be here today who's going to watch the YouTube of the live broadcast. Now, this isn't going to be like available to the whole world on YouTube. It will be a link that's provided, so don't worry. It'll be a link that's provided to Celine and all of you. So you will get this link as well. If you like it and you go, oh, I just want another boost. I want to listen to that again, or I want to watch Shirley dance again. You'll be able to do that. So how great is that?
Yes.
Yes.
So our guest today is Shirley Hill. She is her Blackfoot name is, and please forgive me if I say this wrong, Anatsabisaki, pretty sound bird woman. She is the daughter of Kurt Hill and the late Rosa Ross. Her father is originally from Frankfurt, Germany, and her late mother is from the Siksika Blackfoot Nation, just southeast of Calgary here. Shirley has a beautiful daughter and an 18-year-old grandson. She has been a fancy shawl dancer for 38 years and enjoys teaching hoop dancing. She has been teaching with the Calgary Board of Education now for the last couple of years, um, and keeps very busy. From the sounds of it, she's telling me how many hours a day she teaches. I'm like, or how many classes? And I think one of them she said was 14 classes in one day. Oh, goodness. She loves to inspire and encourage children and youth to be proud of who they are. Shirley received the Nicholson Family Scholarship, the Dreamcatcher Scholarship Award, and the Calgary Police Citizen Award. She loves to inspire and encourage everyone to be proud of their traditions. And if you are interested in seeing more of her work, you can go to her website at prancingdeerarts.com. Shirley, okay.
Can you say Oki?
Okay.
Can you say Mukinstis?
Mokinstis.
Ah, very good, because not too far from here, the Albo and the Bow River meet. And that is basically what it's called Albo, and Mokinstis is where the Blackfoot people, what we call Calgary. So just remember that when you're near Fort Calgary. Today I brought my smudge, and I'm gonna go through like a smudge ceremony just to get us started. And usually we would take the shell, the bowl around, and then people can smudge. I think with social distancing and everything, I'm just going to ask you to pretend, because it's actually the intention of smudging and asking Creator and receiving the blessings that really is important. It's not taking the smoke. When I work with the preschool children, it's all about the smoke for them, and they're trying to get it. And so I'm just gonna be right here in the front. I won't use a microphone. I'm gonna say a quick prayer, and then we'll get back to the dancing part. Okay? So for those of you who are seated on the ground, would you be able to sit like me? The reason why I've asked you to sit like this is protocol. If you go inside a teepee, you can't sit like a boy. Just saying. And with ceremonies, um, it's important that you would sit like this. So, so here I have sage, ginger,
our homes comes from the earth. Um, Tina gave a wonderful example today about doing an earth walk with bare feet. That's such a beautiful connection to touching Mother Earth. And as her children, in the native way, we always give back before we take. So we offer tobacco first before we pick sweetgrass. We offer tobacco if we take that sage and use that sage as a medicine. So with the burning medicine, um, I I would just also like to say that usually if you were in ceremony, you'd have no jewelry, no bling. And I'm kind of giggling because I'm blinged out today, and that's just part of my character. So, but I just want to acknowledge that you would take your shiny stuff off, you take your glasses off, and present yourself to Creator in the most simple way because you are you and you are enough. You are a most beautiful child of God, and so you you would go into ceremony like that. So, but today I'm not going to ask you to do any of that. It's just you understanding a little bit about the process of doing smudge. And in our way, we're not guaranteed time. So every morning when the sun comes up, we acknowledge a brand new day. We are thankful for another day to do our earth walk, and we give thanks for that. We pray for our family, for our friends, for our home, for our safe travels, things like that. So if you take a moment, maybe breathe in and breathe out slowly. Thank you, dear Creator, for this beautiful day. Thank you for this beautiful circle and park. Thank you for the lovely weather, all the birds, the winged ones, the ones that swim in the water, the insects, the four-legged, the two-legged human beings. We thank you for our brothers, the animals and the trees that protect us and protect us. We thank you, dear Creator, for the loving warmth of everyone here, that we're connecting in such beautiful ways. We thank you for those gifts from Creator that give us life and sustenance, and that we learn to be friends with great respect, compassion, kindness, and care. With that, dear Creator, we thank you for this food. Okay, so we can just pretend to take this mud over. So here I have my medicine bag. When I made it, I lived up north in Fort Chipman. It's the most beautiful moose hide, traditionally canned and very soft. And I put a string on it and some fringes, a nice medicine wheel design. And when I first made it, it stayed empty for quite a while until I understood what needs to go in here. And the four medicines, I think I have rocks and crystals, and I even have, some of you might recognize this, for you heat it up and then you put it on pressure point. So got that from the acupuncturist. I got my sweetgrass, And um, in the introduction, Becky was talking about how I teach with kids. I've been basically doing that for 33 years, and only recently, when the Calgary School Board um, presented the mandate to include Indigenous culture, then I got busy. And that time in my life, was going through a bit of a challenge, and then I started a business, Prancing Deer Art, and ever since then, I feel so blessed. Um, I, I've been abundant and affluent, creating wealth, consciousness, and money because, um, and I learned it through Unity. I don't know if any of you might have heard that. Um, every check I get, I sign it, thank you, God. In the past 3 years, even if I don't have a pen, I write on the back, thank you, God, because I feel like I'm working for spirit. And I know that when I'm teaching with the kids, it's very, very powerful because the kids are open, they're ready to learn, and then my focus is learning through play. So I usually have a little puppet with me. His name's Lemon the Bear. You can check his Facebook page out, Lemon the Bear. And I go into the schools, and they see me, and they might not remember the native part, but in my way of thinking, I want them to understand about having fun, because in that process they'll think, oh yes, I remember dancing, or I remember talking about regalia, and I even got to try on a jingle dress. So these types of things are so important for a young child. There was nothing like that for me when I was growing up. I was actually ashamed to be native, to live in the family, because it was less than functional. Grandmother went to residential school, and my dad from Germany experienced World War II as a child. So it for me, my mom and dad were a perfect match. They both connected through trauma. And I was talking with Becky this morning. Gee, that's a big. Oh, yes, okay. Can you hear me? There we go. I know I have a strong voice, but thank you, Tina. So, with my mother and father, knowing now and understanding what they went through, my mother passed away in 2002, and I'm going to see my dad on Sunday. I'm driving to BC, and I feel really blessed that I came into the world, and that I'm going to say I chose my parents because of the connections and the beauty of both cultures. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber ich verstehe mehr. Meine Mutter ist eine Schwarzhus-Indianer. Mein Vati kommt aus Frankfurt am Main. So I speak a little bit of German and a little bit of Blackfoot. And I always introduce myself in Blackfoot because my mother was punished for speaking Blackfoot.
And I keep, when I'm listening to elders and you hear all these terrible ways that the kids were treated, and then there's something else that how they were mistreated. I know that the nuns would have slapped the children across the face, or they would have got strapped if someone tattled them on them at recess time. And so, what I'd like to say about residential school is that it is time to heal from that part of um, our history. And it went across Canada. 125,000 children were forcibly taken from their homes and were forced to speak English or French. And the tough kids, so to speak, they got mistreated the most because they were strong-willed, and then it was beat out of them. So I really feel like it is time to heal, and that's why I feel so blessed. When I go to the schools, and there have been so many times that my words are reflected to the children, and I'm just going to put this down. I'll give you a good example. On Wednesday, I was invited to speak and dance at a school, Willow Park School, and it was a last minute thing, and I went there with my hoops and was ready to dance, and about 4 or 5 groups already came, and then the 5, 6s were there. And they were just like you, they were spread out in the field. And they all had their masks on, and I couldn't see, only their eyes. And I had Lemon, the bear, and they actually came forward to me and kept their distance, but one little girl, she said, "Can I touch Lemon?" I said, "No," because I wanted to be respectful, but we had to keep distance. So the Lemon was waving to them as they went back to their class, and then one little girl stood there, and I didn't recognize her right away because she had her mask on, but I said, "Ella Jean, is that you?" And this little girl, it was at least 2 years ago when I was at her old school, and she heard me say that my mother was punished for speaking the Blackfoot language. And my mother was raised by the old people. So from 0 to 6, it was just Blackfoot, the old teachings. And here's Ella Jean standing in front of me. And she was the one who brought a typed letter to her principal saying, "Dear principal, can we ask Elder Shirley to teach us Blackfoot words because we want to honor the memory of her late mother?" And I got choked up. And in that time, 2 years ago, I thought, what can I do for this little girl? Because she's saying something that is so profound to me. She's acknowledging my culture, the Blackfoot ways, and I have to do something for her. I couldn't make her a ribbon skirt. She might not wear it. I didn't make her a shawl because I don't know if she's going to go to powwow. But it was minus 25. And I thought, I'm going to make her a Pendleton coat with a hood and some faux fur. And I thought, well, she's about this tall. And I cut out a $200 blanket imagining her size. I made the lining, And then for the concert, I had to. I measured her arms at the concert. So all that night I sewed, and then I put the coat together, and then I gave it to Ella Jean. We had a spring concert, and the theme was water. And she tried it on. The zipper worked. She looked so cute in her hood, and it fit perfectly. When I saw her on Wednesday, I did the ugly cry because this little girl honored the ways of the old people, and she did it properly. She said, hold on, Elder Shirley," uh, and she brought me tobacco. Like she and her manner is so calm. Like I haven't met a child like that who's just very polite and very calm. And then when I saw her, it was like it was so beautiful. And we told each other, "I love you. No, I love you. I love you too." It's so nice just to see her. And um, other times when kids just acknowledge, like, how could that have happened? I remember this little kindergarten girl, like 3 or 4 years old, and when I don't want to, put things in their head that would really, make their tummy sore. But I said the kids were taken away from their families. That's about it. And that little tiny one, she folded her arms and she said, "I wouldn't go." Little blonde girl. And the older the kids get, the more compassion. I don't know. Uh, it's just a beautiful thing to work with these young people. Now, I did bring a few things that I want to share, and hopefully you can see them. Okay, so this is called a harness. This is the front piece, and usually the 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 regalia is made from full beadwork, but I really don't have the time. When you work full time and teach dance class, you don't have time for full beadwork. So I have applique, and you can see all the beautiful uh, diamonds. And then this is fully beaded. The flower on the back is the design from my great grandmother.
Shirley,
Yes?
can you show to the camera too?
Oh, yeah. And when I was making this regalia, when I was turned 50, just before I turned 55, I thought, oh my goodness, the elders are gonna think I'm too sparkly because it's not traditional, right? You don't put a whole bunch of. And I remember was about 2003 or four when the rhinestones came in, and then everybody was using them. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do the diamonds and have fun with that. The old culture and the new. Now this here's a ribbon skirt that I made. And you can see here on the back the rainbow color ribbons. And then on the front, I have an eagle applique. And I took the eagle design from a pillow that I'd found in a secondhand store. And because I have a gift of sewing, I put that eagle on there. And this is what I would wear for something more special, different events. Like when I met, Orange Shirt Day, I went to the library and got to see the guest speaker. Something like that when you want to dress up a little bit more. So with dancing, I tell the little kids in my dance class that when it's the right time, they'll earn their eagle feathers. This one was given to me by the medicine man. This one, and in Blackfoot you say sapu, which means eagle fluff, and that would be from underneath the wing. And this one is the feather that I wear when I dance, and it goes back here. And because I'm hoop dancing today, I'm not going to wear it because I'll bonk my feather. And you have to take care of them. Um, I do have a picture of me when I go across on the state side, and I just show them. If they asked, then I'd have my paperwork ready for my feathers. Now Becky's going to help me here, and this is an example of a shawl, and this is called applique work, and the applique work is a lot of fun, but it takes a little bit of time. So as with the cape I had, you can see the flower from my great grandmother here, and then a bit of sparkle across the line of sparkle, and then the deer tracks. So when you're connecting with nature, you probably have a favorite animal. Or if you do shamanic practice, then you would acknowledge that the animals that have shown up for you. And for me, it's the gentleness and kindness of a deer that has shown up. And you can see the deer tracks going through the flowers. It's important to do the applique work before you put on the fringes. I've tried it before and I did get tangled up in my sewing machine. So thank you, Becky. Okay, so I'm going to do just a short dance for the fancy shawl. And in traditional times, the women wore their buckskin dresses and they would dance on the outside of the circle to support their men. Their men were the ones who were dancing in celebration of a good war party or buffalo hunt. And this is some time ago, in the dog days before the horses came to Alberta, and that would have been 1740, up until more recent times, maybe before the pioneers came to, like in the buffalo days. So the women, they would actually stand in place and on the outside of the circle, and then they would lulu. So when the men were coming back and the women were joyful about having a good supply of buffalo meat, hides, and sustenance to keep them through the winter, then which meant a lot of hard work, but I think it would have been a good life because they were in tune with nature, they could read the signs of nature, and they worked in harmony. Most recently, because of COVID times, I actually took the time to do a painting. I call it Wolf Trail, and it's the expression of the wolves chasing the buffalo across the sky. And the Wolf Trail corresponds to the Milky Way galaxy. So if you're ever in a place where it's very dark and you get to see the stars, and you get to see the Milky Way, just think of that. The old Blackfoot stories where there was a family who was starving, and the wolves helped them to hunt animals with with claws. No, 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 horns and hooves, not paws and claws. See, I'll give you a good example of that. When I lived up north in Fort Chip, I was offered, and you know that when you're in, like I'm Blackfoot, and so up north is Cree, when you're offered something to eat, you don't want to like turn down that food, but I had to. It was a muskrat. He was tiny. He was in the pan and he was all cooked. And I was being told that it tastes good, that it's good for you, that parts are delicacy. And I thought, I can't do it. I can't eat this muskrat. And so when I came back to Calgary, and it was about a couple of years ago, I talked to an elder, and he told me exactly that. He said, your grandma was looking out for you. When you were offered that muskrat, she said, no, don't eat it. Because Blackfoot, they eat horns and hooves, not paws and claws. So just remember that story when and if you get to see the Milky Way, or even when you look up and see the stars. A little bit about the fancy shawl dance. It's contemporary. My mother, she danced this style in 1959, and at that time, the men didn't want the women to join them. There was a little bit of, a woman's place, right? But no, we want to dance like we want to dance with the men. And when I started dancing in 1982, I I was very plain. I wore my great grandmother's high tops, moccasins, plain colors, and then I changed it all up. I started to look for neon colors, anything shiny. I learned how to implement the sewing techniques for applique work, and now a lot of young ladies do this style of dance with the respect of the old ways, because I can still dance the old style, which is more footwork, less spinning, and you kind of just have a sense of pride. I don't know. It's a very gentle dance, but I'm gonna dance the fancy shawl dance, and I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoy. Do we unplug anything? No, we're good. When I stop, then just okay. I'm not gonna do it. Short and sweet. Now I'm going to ask you to dance with me. By the tree, I have several different hoops, and actually, I'm going to hoop dance for you first, and then you'll get your hoops. Yeah, I do. No.
So tough, I can't see what I'm videotaping, so I'm going to zoom in on everybody. Hi. Hi.
Take it away.
It's your turn. Okay, so what you're looking for with the hoops If you're taller, then maybe look on the right side of this tree and measure it with your armpit. It should should be able to reach it with your fingers, and that would be your size. So go grab a hoop.
Oh boy. And just one, right?
Yeah, just one for now.
For now.
For now. And spread out. If you like, you can dance barefoot. I would have a hard time dancing in flip flops or sandals.
Excellent.
So just let me check. That one's too small. Find along this tree here. There's ones that are for taller. Because I made some for teenagers. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah. Okay, so if you feel, because we're gonna do a few different movements where the hoop needs to be your size. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna just focus on the movement, and so I won't use the microphone. Okay, so salute the day. Basically, you're saying thank you, Creator, for this day. Now bring the hoop over, all the way down. Step out. Again. If you're feeling that your hoop's small, you might want to choose a bigger one. Hold on. Okay, we're going to do the horse. Over. Bring your foot back. Bring your knee up. Up. And go through.
Oh boy.
It's right, it's there. Bring your, wherever that hoop is, bring it behind your knee. And go through. Again.
How many years have you been doing this?
About 4 years.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm 57. So it's a learning curve. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna roll it, and then as soon as you release, put a spin on it and come back. And if you can, jump into it. But if you can't, then just catch it. Okay? Here we go.
Oh, you gotta make it come back.
Yeah, make it come back to you. There! Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, yes.
It wasn't pretty, but I got that.
Okay, ready? Nice. Good job. Okay, put your hand with your knuckles facing outward. And this is centrifugal force. So you're going to make it go around your hand. and keep your hand open with your thumb up. See, if I had 4 hoops, I do this and then I do this. But I haven't learned that yet. So what I'm telling you is to spin it on your hand. Yeah, yeah, on your hand. Because then you can stop it. And if you're having a tough time with this one, this took me more than a week to get it all easy for me.
Look at Mary Jo go.
Okay,
Mary Jo. Woo-hoo. I could do it on my
start at
arm.
the bottom and bring it around your hand. Okay. You saw me hoop dancing. My feet were never solid. Let's try spin and move your feet at the same time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
How do you get it on your hand instead of your wrist?
Practice, Tina. Just practice.
Okay. Thank you, Samir. That helps. Go slow.
Go slow, yeah. Yeah, that whatever works for you. Yeah, some kids they don't go over. They tend to go up like that. So it's whatever's comfortable. Hoops out. Now we're gonna put it on a diagonal. Front, side, front, and then back and forth. Right here.
Hey, Mary Jo, you're a natural. What the heck?
There you go.
Ah, for sure, that'll do it.
Or with a baton. Okay. Put your hands close together. You hoop up. Okay, and this is what will tell you if it's the right size for you. Go down and then jump.
Seriously? Ouch. Oh, yeah, maybe that's a little small. Back.
Try bigger one, Tina. Yeah,
slow
you
mo
got
jump.
the idea. Here's the bigger hoop.
I'll take a big one too.
I'm not even going to try that.
Thank you.
Time that right. Oh, it's been a long time since I did chicken bake.
Oh, yay! And notice, Tina, she's going forward. I went backwards.
Oh, okay.
No, whatever works.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it's actually easier backwards.
Yeah, I find so.
Yeah.
When you keep your hands close together. Of course, yeah. It's okay if we take pictures?
Yes. We can post them on Facebook after.
Okay, and
Just post them.
I find that
Yes, it is easier backwards.
if you make yourself small and then you hop like a bunny, that's my little trick.
Okay.
Okay, ready? We're going to spin them. When I count to 3, awesome. But okay, freeze. The thing about throwing your hoop at any time is that you have to catch it. Okay, I'm just quoting the World Championship hoop dancing competition that you would lose points if you dropped your hoop. But if you set it down purposely, then you won't lose points.
thrown, but you gotta catch it. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
Ready. Ready.
Woo-wee.
Wasn't pretty good, but I got it.
Okay, ready? Put it around your waist. Switch hands. Doesn't matter direction. Switch. Now turn. Okay. Other way. Switch hands. And turn. The turning just makes you look like you're going super fast.
Turning also makes the world go round. Yes.
Last time.
Okay, we'll try the horse one more time. Bring it down. Step back. Bring your knee up. Okay. And the way I remember this is to pretend you have a horse. Okay? Take your horse for a ride.
Yeah.
Do a turn. Okay, knee up. Go through. Okay. One of the most important parts of hoop dancing, because when you go to a powwow, it's more of a performance, more of a presentation. It's not an everyday occurrence at a powwow. There's usually 7 categories: fancy, girls jingle, girls traditional, boys fancy, boys grass, boys chicken, boys traditional, and then you have the buckskin dancers who are always a little bit older. So the hoop dance is when you have a special guest, and a lot of times they'll put a blanket down, and then you come along and you put paper money on the blanket, and the paper money will go to the drum group who are singing for that dancer. And I say paper money because people, especially kids, they'll throw coins, quarters, dimes, whatever. But it's nice to have the paper. So in November 2 years ago, I got a chance of a lifetime to dance with the world's largest hip hop group, and they're called A Tribe Called Red. If you've heard their music, they're upbeat. Some of the lyrics can be, they're standing up for, water or so. But A Tribe Called Red, the title Sisters, is a really fun song. And so I was teaching at MRU, the beading class, and one of my students said, "Are you going to A Tribe Called Red tomorrow night?" I said, "I didn't even know they were here." And she said, "I don't want to go alone." And so we continued beading. And at the end of the class, she said, "I got to catch my bus." But I said, "My friend Angela, she dances with The Tribe Called Red. Why don't I make a connection for you and see if she can get you to the concert?" I did that. They exchanged emails. And then when I was talking to Angela, she said, "Shirley, do you want to dance with me on stage?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll talk to you later." "Okay, good." And I hung up on her because I was just so excited. And if you hear their music, it's pretty powerful. When I went on stage at the Studio Bell, they had 10-foot speakers. In the back, the pipes were rattling. It was like
something I haven't really experienced, like 800 people just jumping and hopping around, and the music was so loud. And I got on stage and I was a teenager again. I was just flying around. So that's my introduction to this song. And I'd like you to find your own space, watch the gopher hold, put your hoops down. And remember that the stop, the finish, has to be big, okay? Big. Something really fun, okay? And there's a couple pauses in this song, so that's where I want you to just have fun with the poses. And remember to show your teeth.
Show your teeth.
Yeah, smile.
Smile. I thought you wanted us to growl. Want it louder?
Yeah. Go dance around your hoop clockwise. Clockwise. Roll it up with your Ready?
Give yourselves a round of applause. That was fun. Hold up your hoops. Hold up your hoops. Woo! Honor creator. Welcome creator. Which was it? Good job. Whoops. Boot. Whoops. Did I get Becky? Do it again, Becky. All right.
Okay. This is a part that the kids always ask for, and you basically have to have the same size hoop. So bravery, courage, strength, and then you bring your arms up and over, around, bring the hoops over your head, and then out. That's the baby bird, right? Or a butterfly, or whatever your imagination says. And then you go for the eagle, and you take hoops on either side of your hands. And I always remind the kids that when an eagle soars, they bring their arms up and out. They might swoop if they're going in for a fish,
but to always extend their arms and then fly. So when you do the whirl, you bring that circle back and then put the hoops over. And that's why they have to match, because then they'll be the same size to fit. You have to adjust them and then try to get out. And remember, your feet are moving. So would anyone just for picture's sake want to come up and make their eagle? Yeah, come on up.
One from the other, maybe that we could love to try.
Yeah. Try to find one that it's almost the same size. Fine. Okay. Shoulder.
Because of the StreamYard that we're using,
Oh, it's too big.
Okay. Your hands go around. Nope. And down. Yeah. Okay. Now put it over and out. Now where's your camera?
Here.
Right there.
Right
Oh,
here.
good. Hey. 1, 2.
oh, that's awesome.
That's in the
Yay!
shape.
Okay, do you want to make the world? Yes, I sure do. Now, what you have to do